What's going on, y'all? Josh and Chastity in the house on our new night, Moonlight Mondays.
No, what you're waiting on me or what?
Mondays are Moonlight. You like it, Ellie? You like them on Monday? Do you like it on Monday? Can you tell
I like
me?
it every day.
You do. You always like Moonlight Adventures. Can you tell me? So, hey, how are you guys doing? I hope everyone is doing great. We have had a great weekend now rolling into the week, and a lot of stuff going on or has gone on, and a lot of stuff to talk to you guys about that's coming up. And we're excited to be on our new time. This is going to free up some time for us on the weekends to do things. Some things that we'll get to here in a little bit that we've already taken part in and done. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump in here and start welcoming everyone. And it's good that everyone's here. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for being in here. Cruise Nuts, first one's in. Thank you guys for being here. Hello. Mark the Shark. Howdy, howdy, friend. Good to see you. And we'll give you that salute that you get from Sea Lake Journeys. There you go. Salute, Mark the Shark. Miss Meg, the goat of moderators in the house. And she's saying she may be in and out a little bit because the power keeps going out. And we understand. My mother-in-law, Tracy, and of course, Chastity's mom. They are out of power up in Tennessee right now. And there's been some crazy storms going on. So, everybody keep those folks in mind as there's some crazy storms rolling across. So we understand if you weren't able to make it, catch it on replay, and we hope that everyone is okay. Will G in the house. He says, "Hey everyone, good to see you. Good to have you. Thank you for being here tonight." Get messed up here. Aaron and Tracy, Traveler Bust in the house. Hello guys, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. We've got Busby. How you doing, Chris? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in here. And we've got Miss Danny D, the spectacular supporter. Spectacular. You got to do it like this. Spectacular. It's fantastic. It's phenomenal. It's the people tell me. Oh my gosh. Looky there. My sister from another mister, the naughty cruiser himself, Mike Gormley. He says, hey, not 2 times, but hey, 3 times. And I'm sure he's saying, hey. Yeah, but good to see everyone in here. And thank you guys for all joining us here. And, it's going to start a little slowly being on a new night, but it'll pick up, I'm sure. And, I know that we have some folks that are out of pocket because the weather situation and stuff like that. So all good. But let's talk about your countdowns. So, today marks day, how many days are we? We're like 27 days away from our next sailing.
Let me check.
Aaron and Tracy will let us know if we're wrong. 40 days. 40 days until our next. Really? How did I get 27?
I don't know. I don't know where you.
I wonder if I've clicked on the wrong sailing for.
Did you write that?
No. She's giving away the insider secrets. She's looking over and trying to. No, we don't have any paper down here. We just got it all memorized.
No.
Cruising Koozies in the house. Welcome in, guys. Good to see you. Naughty says he's feeling better. I guess that congestion's getting knocked out. Nothing like a little bit of hangout time with the man to clear you on out. 24 days until Little Rock. Is there someone special you're seeing down there, Meg? I couldn't think of anyone right offhand. Naughty Cruiser, 40 days. There we go. He needs details. This is a anniversary cruise for me and my beloved. So yeah, that's the details. More than welcome to come on the Seascape if you would like, but don't expect a lot out of us because the seas may be a little rocky.
Oh my gosh. You're so...
Oh, but yeah, drop those drop those drop those countdowns in there. Let us know birthdays, anniversaries, whatever kind of celebrations you got going on. Meg says, yeah, there may be a cowboy that she likes just a little bit over in Little Rock. And there's the hammer himself, Scott, the hammer, McNeil. He says, good evening, everyone, and welcome in. So naughty. Okay. Are you sure you want some of my rough seas? I ain't judging you. Adventures with Roxanne, welcome in. Good to see you. Glad you're here with us. Thanks for coming in. All right. So just get a little admin out of the way here, and I'm gonna change the banner up. The way we do things here, if you give a super chat, we don't want you to feel like you just gave that super chat just for nothing. So when you give us a super chat, you get a ticket for each dollar that you give, and that dollar goes into the golden barrel of mystery known as Rose. Anything golden in my life, I name it after a golden girl because we love the Golden Girls, and I do at least. You do too.
I mean,
I have a Toyota Camry named Blanche, and Rose is our barrel of mystery. But yeah, so you get a ticket if you enter a super chat in, and that ticket gives you a 1 in 100 chance to go on to our bonfire or our Teespring and pick out a T-shirt or hat of your choosing,
do you want to
or coffee cup. So we're at we've got 55 more super chats or 55 more dollars to go, 55 more tickets to go until we draw. Right now, Lovey has 1 ticket in, Shane has 22, R. Oliver has 20, and Meg has 2. And Meg and Shane both said that their 2 tickets are the winning tickets. So one of those may be very true, but I don't know that both will. All right. There we go. Miss Amy, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. It's been a while. I know we've all been super busy, and welcome. It's good to see you back. Real quick here, I'm going to throw this up there. So I'll talk about it a little bit later, but there in the chat, you'll see that. If you haven't went over and started following peer-to-peer travel chats, I hope you'll enjoy what's over there, but give it a shot. Check it out. We've also got my grandmother in love in the house, Miss Sandra Crow, and I hope you're keeping your head down over there and hope that the storms weren't too rough. Yeah, so yesterday we gave away the free cruise. You guys just missed Cruising Koozies. 75 days until they go on the celebration. I know you're excited about that. So Cruising Koozies, is that your first sailing on an Excel class ship? Yeah, I understand. And I pretty much run my schedule, and I'm keeping myself busy, and that's a bad way to be. I can't give myself a break. But it is what it is.
We've been really, really busy though.
Yeah, we sure have.
And it's not ending anytime soon.
No, it's not. Nope. And we'll get to talking about that in a second. So
Yeah.
I want to jump back up here. Miss Meg made a comment. So let me roll up. There she goes. She says, look at those champions. And yes,
yeah,
we are wearing these medals, and we are very proud of these medals. So,
and I'm wearing the shirt.
She's wearing the shirt. I'm still too fat to wear mine.
You got an extra large, but it was more like I think it might have been a youth extra large.
It was extra young. That's what it was. So the Cruising Cruisies says that they sailed on the Mardi Gras in October of 21. So that's awesome. I'd really be we'll be looking for your vlogs and see how you believe it compares, because it's been a little bit, at least from our perspective, what we've heard, a little bit of a mixed bag. I think Mike Gormley, the Naughty Cruiser, he really enjoyed it, but then I've heard some that said that maybe it's too big, and I don't. That's what she said. Go ahead. But yeah, we'll be interested to hear your opinion of that ship. So
I mean, I don't think it can be too big as long as there's things to do. It's not a bunch of wasted space. Like
yeah,
if you don't have to walk through nothing to get somewhere. Like as long as there's entertaining things.
yeah. I mean, Symphony is around that same size, and there are some that I even heard Emma say on her latest sailing that she enjoyed the ship, but for her taste, it was a little too family oriented. And she's primarily a solo cruiser. Um, and typically the Excel class, they are more of a resort family type feel, and we that's us. I mean, we're good for that, and we're also good to get down to a smaller ship and and a
Yeah.
more adult type ship. We're going to have fun either way you go. Good to hear, Grandma, that they stayed inside, didn't have to get out in the storm, and obviously she's good with power because she's on here. Meg says, "Thank you for having the camera handy during the terrain race." So, here in a second, we're gonna share some stuff with you. Cruising Koozies, they said they're on the non, so you'll have plenty of videos that week. Then some are doing a back to back to sell with Lolita Lopez. Okay, yeah, the non. That's good. That's interesting. I can't wait to see the two different perspectives of Beach Please and Adventures Ahead
Yeah.
during that group cruise, depending on which side you're on. Welcome in, Lovey. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in on this new night. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot going on Mondays except for Royal Caribbean blog. So, if we could just pull in some of those folks from over at Royal Caribbean blog, maybe we'll fill up this viewership time slot. So, welcome in, Kurt and Marcia. Good to see you guys. Thank you for coming in. All right. So, without further ado, Miss Meg, she said, thanks to Chastity for having that camera ready. We're going to see what she's talking about. So, here we go. I don't know if you can tell, but watch my head, and then of course you can see here. But so one thing to watch is my head. I'll play this a couple more times. The next thing to watch is this young lady. So the young lady all the way over to the left, she was getting ready to go down into this mud pit, but she saw what happened to me, and then so watch those two things. Here we go. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down.
And everybody just keeps coming out.
Oh yeah, and the funny thing is it's almost like there was an AI trick going on with Chastity's camera because she did not intend to do these in slow mo. It just
No.
happened.
Well, I couldn't see my camera. It was so dark or so bright, but my camera was so dark. So I was just hoping that I was hitting record and getting it. I don't even know how to do slow mo. I didn't do it, but it worked out.
It worked out great. Yeah, so Meg says it's painful to watch. Cruising Koozies say ouch.
Yeah, everybody back there is like, "Oh, are you okay? You okay?" And he's like, "I'm good, I'm good." And then he gets up to me and he's like, "Oh, we gotta stop."
Yeah.
It knocked the breath out of me.
Oh, it hurt.
It hurt so bad.
Yes, I hurt my coccyx a few times, friend. Yeah, I sure did. Michael Ann said it looked painful. Yes, I did feel that the next day, Lovey. I'm actually still feeling some of that.
I feel like such a bad wife because I just like bring up that video and just laugh and laugh and laugh.
Yeah. And I just say I'm glad I could contribute, so
Even
yeah.
during it. Like are you okay? Okay, now I can laugh.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was worth it. So here's the next one, and believe it or not, and yes. So Meg asked, forgot. She said, "Did you hit your head?" Yes, I did. I think I was the only one on the mud run that had mud on the back of their head.
Well, there was a couple kids that would swim in
Yeah,
the mud.
yeah, they were wallering around like hogs.
Let's watch it one more time.
One more time.
Just for the
Just so everybody can
in
analyze
case
it, right?
anybody missed
In
it.
case anybody missed it.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down.
So
You did. Is that not on the video?
only had so much time.
Ah, I didn't even know that.
Here's
wasn't on
Busby.
there.
He says, "Look the girl. The look on the girl's face behind you was amazing." Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was about to go down, and she's like, "Woo, woo, woo, woo."
No. But so if you ever wondered if the Insta360 can handle this type of treatment, it can. It made it.
I did miss one really good blooper.
The one that I went face first.
Yes, the very first mud pit. Well, we didn't know how deep it was, but it turns out it was about 2 feet deep. And so I go first, and then he's gonna, show out. I turn around. I think I'm videoing, and he tripped, goes face first into it, and
Yeah.
I didn't get it on video.
We do have it on
It
the
is on the
360.
but all you can see is like going underwater and coming back.
All right.
Oh, man.
So let's see. Let me get back in the right screen here. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Come on, Josh. You can do it. All right, here we go. Remove that. Let's add that one hurt. I used to be an airborne paratrooper. Believe it or not, I used to be airborne all the way, hardcore, hard charger.
He would walk up to every obstacle like, this is nothing. Like, I'm 18 years old and I can do it. And then I go through and I turn around and video him and something like that.
She sat in the bed that night and just laughed and laughed and laughed. She said, "Oh, my belly's hurting." Oh.
But like the going through the mud, I just jumped right over the mud, and then he goes, he's like right into it.
Yeah, this
so
fall,
funny.
this fall right here.
Yeah.
Oh man. Right here. Yeah. So more to come tomorrow. Actually, you think these are funny? The coup de grace comes tomorrow, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I even get a laugh out of myself on that one when I go back and watch it.
You're so cocky, and even like the things that he would do. Like there was a couple obstacles that he made it through, and he had tried like just at the end, like, oh yeah, like the last one you fell face first in the mud.
Yeah, I mean those 3-foot walls, I jumped those like a beast. Girlie just opened up the trash can in here. Hey, y'all cut it out. It's like having 3 kids.
Yeah, the 3-foot wall. You did jump those. Yeah,
I did jump those.
and you.
Yeah. No, I didn't have anyone yelling at me, and it's funny you mentioned that because the things that really sucked, when you were in the military, now you look back on them and you're like, those are pretty fun. Those were pretty fun. They were pretty fun when I was in shape. So I've ran a 5K before, and I remember it made me tired. But on this one, I knew that there was going to be breaks and stops. So going into it, I was like, this will be fine. And we started training, and then we gave up on the training a little bit.
We didn't need to train for it though.
Yeah.
We didn't need to train because you run and then you have to stop and wait in line.
Yeah, but I was hurting.
He wanted,
I was hurt. Like over, like when we got done with like mile 2, probably is where we were at. I was like, when is this ever going to end?
we did run a lot though.
Yeah.
And I mean, unless it's mud, there's some parts of the track that was just mud, and you're trying to just not fall
Yeah.
walking. So we didn't even try to run.
So Meg says she loves that we chose to wear white.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still sitting up in the tub. So
No.
we knew like those Moonlight Adventures shirts, and these are not the ones you ordered, by the way. These are some we had made before our last cruise, just because we needed some made really quick. They've kind of started to come apart, but they look fine still. But we're like, well, this will be our last time. We'll wear them, and
Yeah.
So
They did not come clean. And well, you kept your shoes. I threw my shoes away there, and socks, we threw them away.
Yeah,
Like, it's just mud. Like you are covered in mud. It dries.
You're covered in black mud, like
Yes, and it
black
smells-
swampy butt mud.
Then you run. It dries to you. Then you go through more, and it dries. It's like there was so many layers of mud on us.
Yeah. And then when you get done, they have garden hoses up there, like 6 of them for the 5,000 people that showed up for this
Yeah.
ride.
We had to wait in line over an hour for that.
Yeah, but it was
It
was the most amazing water hose shower ever, though.
It reminded me of Disney World.
Oh yeah, really. I mean, not in a fun way. The things you hate about Disney.
We had to wait in line to jump over a wall.
And you waited in line for so long, and I'm not trying to knock the terrain race. I mean, I
No.
guess I kind of am. There's some things they could do better. I am proud we did it, and we did have a lot of fun. But some of the obstacles were a little less than organized, and the scaling the wall piece. They had one side that was more kid and lady friendly with a step, which I went over that side too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, it was
But
like 8 or 9.
yeah, it
Like,
was a tall
really
wall.
tall.
But there were so many people in line too. Like you could skip the obstacles if you wanted to. Like, but you were so far back, you had to wait to even see what the obstacle was. But you waited so long that then when you scaled the wall and you jumped down, it jarred your legs and
Yeah.
feet so bad it just hurt. So like the next wall coming up, we're just like, no, we're gonna go around. But what was cool was the next part, because it was probably a quarter-mile mud hole, just mud for
It
like a
was-
straight
yeah.
quarter-mile.
And there was like places in it that was up past, like to our middle of our bellies.
Yeah.
Just going through this mud.
Yeah,
It
there
was
was
so-
a lady or young girl in front of us that like jumped and did a cannonball into it. I mean, it was probably a 4-foot deep mud hole.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, that one guy did a belly flop.
Yeah,
in
the one guy
very
did.
first.
Yeah, we
It
did
was
get that on
fun.
video. It was fun.
It was
yeah.
There was no time or anything. Everybody just went their own pace. Josh said the only thing that would make it better is if there was cheeseburger stands set up instead of water stands. Like,
Or beer. I'd go either way on that one, or both. Yeah. So Busby says we don't bounce like we used to. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I may bounce a little harder because I'm a little fluffier than I was before, but I'm definitely not as resilient.
after like 2 or 3 obstacles, I had to like talk to him when we're going to the next one. Like, so you remember we're a little older now. Like, just because the 18-year-old in front of you can run and jump over a 20-foot wall, you probably need the ladder. And
It was definitely an eye opener. So, I mean, the reason we did this, I mean, one, it's fun, but then on the other thing is, we needed a catalyst to get our butts in gear. And when we get done here,
we're going to the gym after this live.
So, it was good. I mean, when we showed up here, we were in pretty decent shape, and none of you guys would know. You probably think we're lying. But when we first got here, I was 50 pounds lighter. And Chastity,
Yeah, I
she's
don't know.
always been beautiful. We're not going to talk about.
Well, we went to the gym every day. We were very strict on going to the gym every day. until COVID, until the gym closed.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then then we started fishing.
Yeah. And we were
And-
kayak fishing, so we were still kind of doing something. But then we started eating the fish, and a lot of the fish we were eating were fried.
And
Then we
eating,
started
like,
smoking meat, not smoking
yeah, I
cigarettes,
was gonna
but
say.
smoking a lot of meat. And then we started, it didn't help. Some of you guys remember the Fermented Friday days. So, those were days where, I mean, we were drinking at least 3 nights a week, probably not heavily, but, enough that it would put the calories on just because there was really nothing else to do.
Yeah, I mean,
It
during
was-
COVID, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, I became a
Besides
whiskey
fishing.
sommelier during those days.
Yeah,
I learned a lot about whiskey and what I like and what I don't like.
yeah. What else is there to do?
There wasn't a whole lot else to do.
Okay.
Meg says, to be fair, she would have done much worse. Busby says, PT and Hell Week come to mind. I have friends that have enlisted. Yeah, I was. So I had to go through a selection process for what I did, and we had something called Black Day. And Black Day was a lot of mud crawling and a whole lot of getting screamed at, lifting and climbing and pushing Humvees. So the tire flip,
Yeah, we did complete that.
we
So-
succeeded on the tire flip.
and it was, and most people couldn't do it
Yeah.
because it was hard. It was big tires,
Yeah.
big tires.
Yeah.
We almost didn't. but,
We
like, that was it was tough.
overachieved. You were only supposed to flip it twice, and we flipped it 3 times.
Yeah, well, we thought we were supposed to flip it all the way down, flip it back up, and roll it back, but you're not supposed to do all that. We were just trying to show out
Yeah.
on the things we can do with show out.
Y'all give me just a second. I get frustrated with these bot timers, and I've got to figure them out. But I'm gonna pull most of them down here. There we go. So try to pull the Stream Elements bot down a little bit. So Meg says that her ex did Spartan races, and he was only able to save 1 pair of shoes and 1 pair of shorts.
Yeah,
Yeah. Are you? I wore a pair of shorts that I really like. I hope they come out. Naughty says, and to think you paid for that. You're right. We did. We paid for that pain. And
Yeah.
we say the same thing. That's another similarity to Disneyland or Disney World. A lot of times we're like, we paid to stand in this line. Oh yeah, we actually talked about that, Michael. And I told Chastity, I said it would be awesome because it was a Virginia Beach mud run. Like,
Yeah.
how cool would it have been if it would have been near or closer to the beach where you could just go into the
yeah.
the water.
If it would have
there.
been closer,
Yeah.
yeah, if we could. But what
Yeah.
was really cool about that one though is it was mostly shaded. Like there
Yeah.
was a lot of it through the woods.
Cool, pun intended.
Huh?
You said it was cool, pun intended on the coolness.
You
It
know,
was really-
I said shaded. You said cool.
Oh, you said what was really cool.
Oh yeah, what was really cool was it was shaded.
So this one, they had some folks out there that were running some of the obstacles that were volunteering. So somewhat for charity. I don't know if they're 501c3, but there was not a fraternity, a sorority was out there.
No, I
and-
don't think it was though because the only thing we had to pay for was like things we actually got. So I don't think
Yeah.
any money went to anything.
It's a cool race. Kathy Mills, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, there you go. Cheeseburgers and beers. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there was a guy in front of us at one of the obstacle weights. He was like in really, really good shape. But he said, this is our 3rd run today. We've done a 10K this morning and a 3K this morning. And now we're here for this.
The dude was like, his chest was wider and bigger than mine, but his waist, he had like a 28-inch waist. He was like a V.
It was.
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, you could tell.
His waist was just like a kid's waist, but
Yeah.
his shoulders were huge.
a good
Like-
thing I wasn't going over the wall with him because I'd have thrown him off.
Yeah. I was hoping that he would go on and get away from us because I didn't want you to try to
Keep up
keep
with
up
him.
with him. And
See me
like,
says
where's the older ones?
lose
Where they
weight
be?
to gain on a cruise. So lose it so he can gain it right back.
Yeah.
Scott Smith in the house. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. And yes, be safe while you're driving and listening. GW taught me some stuff. He taught me how to use the hose at the end, and he taught me how to play in the mud. But yeah. Naughty says he'll sign up for one next year and do it with us. Bring it on, big man. Bring it on.
It was fun. They do them a lot.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, they do.
I mean, maybe not that race, but
They went all over the place.
well, yeah. But
yeah.
I'm saying like they do a lot, like the Spartan race
Yeah.
and just the mud run.
See the world with Chris. Welcome in. Captain Billy Jabroni Travels. He says ahoy there. Jobber Josh and Chastity. The captain is here. Oh, captain, you are not my captain. I don't want you captaining anything that I'm on, except maybe our OnlyFans page if we ever start one.
Really?
So, yeah. So tomorrow's short. You guys have to check that thing. Amanda just chilling in the house. Welcome in. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, you've got to check out tomorrow's short because as good as the first two were, this next one,
Watch.
don't up.
Just watch his left foot. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my Lord. I'm not disappointed in myself. I'm just like
No, you
it's
almost had it.
it's the realization that I'm starting to get old, and it's just like
I'm glad you went first on that one though, because I was thinking I'm gonna do really good on this one, but then I was so afraid that I'm gonna do the same thing, so I better just quit halfway.
Yeah, it was good fun though. But stop laughing.
It was
Stop it. So hey,
oh,
what do we got next, babe? What's coming up besides our terrain race? What do we got coming?
we don't have the race coming up.
Well, no, it's already done. But what is next for us?
Our destined trip.
Yeah, we're going to the Emerald Grand
Yep.
down in Destin, and we're going to be there. It's a family vacation of sorts. We're going to have both boys, Dustin's girlfriend, and of course the man, Landon Moon, baby, and Kaylee and Dylan will be there.
Yeah.
So excited about that.
Yep. Destin is right in the middle of the two boys, so it's perfect.
I'm a redneck warrior, Billy J.
He thought he was a.
I mean, I'm looking at this picture, so you can't see it, but there's a picture of me with my sergeant stripes, wearing my 160, my airborne paratrooper maroon
This
beret.
picture, you were what 20?
26, probably right there, and I was 180 pounds,
Yeah.
running a lot. I don't even know how many miles. Hey, Marcia, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Naughty says coming to Tampa, Florida next week. Who's coming to Tampa, Florida next week?
He says, "Oh, you're."
I wish. No, we will be in Destin, Florida next week. But no, I would like to be coming into Tampa and going over and going to Busch Gardens and the this and the that.
Yeah.
Miss Meg, thank you so much for that super chat. Miss Meg coming in with the $2 super chat, and she gets 2 entries into Rose, the Barrel of Mystery. Thank you for doing that. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that puts us now we have 53 to go. 53 more entries, and we'll be doing a drawing. Yes, Destin for ibuprofen. Yeah. Yes. I have some leftover muscle relaxers and whatever that Tylenol ibuprofen mixture was they gave me for my neck. Funny thing was, so before this, I went to the emergency room. I went to my normal doctor's appointment, and it was just checkup kind of stuff. I got measured for a blood pressure cuff, and I was like, well, shoot. So I called Chastity and I said, my neck and back has been hurting while I'm here. I'll just go ahead and stop by the emergency room and get them to take a look at this
That's
thing.
really all you can do through the VA is emergency room.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I mean, you could have scheduled an appointment for like December.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. Yeah. So they checked me out and they're like, you've got we think you have a torn trapezius. So that's like the big muscle that wraps on the back of your shoulder. And so anyway, they gave me some muscle relaxers and this Tylenol ibuprofen mixture. And I was like, wow, I hope that this clears up before this mud run and blah, blah, blah. It actually started. So I took myself off of the muscle relaxer because it was making me feel like I was hungover in the mornings and weird and stuff. So we just knocked off and I was like, it kind of feels better. Well, on Friday night, I could feel it, the dull pain back there again. And it was kind of hurting when we started the mud run. When this fall happened,
I'm healed! I'm healed!
yeah. So I guess it was worth it, huh? So
Yeah.
there you go. Hey, we have this is our newest, one of our newest members of the Moonlight Mafia, Some Tin Wong. Welcome in, and he always asks, did he win? And he almost, well, he was one of the, I think he was one of the winners last
Yeah.
week. He was close, or if he wasn't, yeah. So fantastic, a fantastic quiz player, trivia player.
Yeah.
And we want him anytime we have trivia. We want him to come in all the time, but specifically when we have trivia, just so you can beat Billy J. Let's see. Destin, Tampa, same thing. It's hot, so be ready. Yeah, it's going to be hot, but we're going to be in the ocean quite a bit. See Me says, advice: if you can get in shape and healthier now before you get older, best to do that. Stay with it. Yeah, that's true. But so today we were at Food Line, and so we have, I don't know if you guys have the Yuka app or have heard of the Yuka app, but it's a cool little app where you can scan the barcodes of your food and your beverages, and it tells you if they're healthy or not, and if they have, hazardous additives and all this different stuff. Let me tell you, you go in there and you're trying to eat clean. And we just watched that Netflix documentary on our poison food supply. So we've got that to worry about. And then we also are trying to eat as clean as we can. And we're trying to decrease our carbs and our sodium intake. So, that's hard to do in the grocery store nowadays.
But it does help you save money if you're trying to only buy good things, because we would pick something up and scan it and put it right back.
Yeah, but what's frustrating is so the for a Slim Fast shake, like everybody that I'm sure that folks, their doctors have said, hey, use the Slim Fast shakes, to help you lose weight. You scan the Slim Fast shake, that's hard to say, and there's five additives in there that are dangerous and carcinogens.
Yeah.
And they give you a score out of 100, and it was like a 20 out of 100. But it's in the freaking health food aisle.
Well, even like the what are they called? Breaks.
Yeah, balanced breaks.
Yeah.
But in their defense, because we ended up buying those, what they're griping about on Yuka is the high calorie content or the high fat content, which it's the better fats that you want. So we're kind of doing we're not necessarily doing keto, but we're trying to increase our ketones. So we're avoiding all carbs and all starches at all necessary.
Yeah.
A lot of cheese, a lot of meats, a lot of veggies that are above the ground, not a whole whole lot of root vegetables. You know, natural sugars if possible. It's kind of what we're trying to do. Yeah.
I'm working out.
High fat, low carb. Yeah, and working out starting tonight. Yeah. I guess you could
Well,
say
we
we started
started
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah. Still
But we
feeling
took
that.
yesterday off because you were
So
a little sore.
Kurt and Marcia, they use the Carb Manager app. So that's something good to take a look at. Okay. They're talking about something else. Michael Ann says, I'd rather just make a smoothie. At least I know what's in it. That's true. However, if you watch that documentary that we watched, it's Poisoned is the name of it. So it's crazy. So I think we all know that leafy lettuces, so romaine is a problem. But
Any bagged
lettuce you got to stay away from. You know, like, and one of the things that they said that's really tough is or really bad is cantaloupe, any kind of melon like that, anything, because you don't know without. So if you get a watermelon or something like that, you wash it before you cut into it. And with the cantaloupe, you really can't wash it because it has the ridges. And also anything that's pre-cut that you get at the grocery store, you don't know if it was cross-contaminated or not.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just crazy. It's wild that it's so hard to eat truly clean.
So after watching that and then using this app, it was hard for us to buy groceries.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we'd normally go in and get one of those plastic boxes of like organic girl lettuce or something like that because it's pre-washed and you're like, it's safe. And the stats were simply just mind-boggling that they produced in that show. And it makes you really, really think twice about everything you do. The one piece of advice that they gave everyone is if you always get your leafy greens and cut them yourself, that's the best way to go. But still stay away from romaine.
Stay away from romaine.
Yeah, still stay away. And bean sprouts. Bean sprouts are horrible. Which if you're like me and you like kimchi, that's tough. But probably I would say that the fermentation period of kimchi probably kills all that off. You could probably put E. coli into a kimchi bottle and it would kill it.
Yeah, we don't eat that. It's I feel it. We don't eat it enough to.
I could.
For that.
Kimchi and bean paste. Ooh, Paul, sexy voice, Odyssey in the house. Welcome in, sir. Good to see you. Naughty says to get with him if you're trying to increase the ketogenic level. Yeah. So what would be our problem, Chas? I don't know if it's tacos. Tacos are in the running, but I don't know if it's tacos.
My problem. Mine is different than yours. I have to have some macaroni and cheese and some mashed potatoes.
I think hot dogs are my downfall, to be honest.
I could live without hot dogs.
Hot dogs and hamburgers.
Not hamburgers, though.
Yeah. Hey, but, trying to do the right thing, living that ketogenic lifestyle. We did have hamburger steaks the other night, and they had organic Angus beef on sale. The best hamburger steaks ever made. They were so good. And she got all mad at me. She's like, it's not the meat. I cooked them.
Like, are you sure it's not the cook that made it so good?
She didn't get mad.
Are you sure it's the meat or the cook?
So Amy says on the 14th, she's doing her second round of 75 hard. Yeah, that's another good one. I saw a lot of folks have had good results with. Michael Ann says she needs to get back at it again. She lost almost 30 pounds on modified keto in 2019. I've heard a lot of folks, and like us, we've done a whole lot of ups and downs. I mean, you can go back, if you're friends with us on our personal Facebook pages, you can see our weight gain and loss journeys. I mean, it's been all over the place.
Don't go look at it. Wait until we lose weight.
I mean, we tried all kinds of stuff. You know, we were doing the paleo diet at one point, had success.
Paleo is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
We
Yeah.
went one time to buy stuff to make paleo brownies, and it ended up costing $30 because all
Yeah.
the things you had to buy for it. Like, this
Made
is not worth it.
paleo ice cream.
Yeah, it's too expensive to try.
And then we did the 5-2 diet, which that one, once you get in the groove of it,
I hated
it
that
works.
one.
But 2 days, you can only consume like 500 calories for the entire day. And then the rest of the time, you're supposed to eat the amount you're supposed to consume. The good thing about it is it shows you how much you can actually eat for 500 calories. If you just pick the right foods, you can actually eat a lot of food and stay under 500 calories.
My 500 calories was gone by breakfast, though.
Yeah, because she won't eat like boiled eggs and stuff like that. She's not a big fan.
No. When you do like a huge bowl of Cocoa Pebbles and the milk,
Uh,
it's gone.
um, I'm not sure. Are you asking us, Grandma? Oh, where did you watch that? You're talking about Poisoned. So Poisoned was on Netflix. Yeah,
Was it Netflix?
yeah, it was on Netflix. Yeah, that's a good documentary. It's based off of a book that was written. But so Purdue Chicken claims to be one of the cleanest chicken producers in the country, and Purdue Chicken was one of the ones that had the highest rates of E. coli. In
Yeah,
what was
they
tested.
grabbed how many packs at first? 5?
First, they grabbed 5.
Yeah. And they told them in the lab, like, they're with 5 samples, nothing's going to have E. coli. But Purdue Chicken did. And
So then they did
got
150.
Yeah, 150.
And 30% of it was infected with E. coli.
Yeah.
And 60% of the 30% was Purdue Chicken.
Yeah.
So, and they do. I mean, they showed, and it looks like they're doing due diligence. But what they claim, or what the folks claim, is the problem. And I'm going to try not to get on a political rant here, but Ronald Reagan did say that the 5 scariest words in the English dictionary are "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." So you've got the USDA and you have FDA, which I don't understand why we have to have an administration that manages food and drugs together. Why can't the USDA just do all food? But anyway, they've gotten to a point where they've allowed the industry to self-regulate, and it's just become this self-licking ice cream cone, and it's not a good situation. Point of the story is be careful with your food, because nobody cares about you and your health more than you do. The more you know. Do 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 do. So yeah, good question, Amy. They actually promote iceberg lettuce. They're like, because with the iceberg lettuce, you can take the outside off, then clean it individually, and it's probably the safest way would be to eat the iceberg lettuce. We like the hydroponic lettuce. I think that's probably a safe bet too. We use that a lot when we're doing Korean foods and wraps with the lettuce and stuff like that.
I know. I was going to get a like the pre-made salad today for lunch, but I chickened out. I don't know. I'm scared now.
Yeah, I mean, well, like, so you think about, and we as Americans, we don't like to be scared of anything, and I guess you tend to minimize the effects of E. coli or something like that. But they showed a couple of videos of young, otherwise healthy people that got E. coli poisoning, and it wrecked them. It wrecked them bad. Wrecked them hell. Almost killed them both. That's my rude Tourette's. Rude Tourette's going. Sorry.
It did. So.
Let's see here. Beans. Let's see. I missed something here. Blaine. There we go. Blaine, welcome in, and he says bean sprout. Is that something you get after eating Taco Bell? Yeah. So Taco Bell. Dustin. We went to a wrestling camp one year, and there was this move that they showed, and it was something that one of the kids came up with from this high school, And they asked the kid, they said, well, what's the name of this move? And he's like, I don't know, I've never thought about it. He's like, but I guess I'd have to call it Taco Bell. And they're like, why do you call it Taco Bell? He's like, because it's fast and nasty. So- Meg says she knows how to cook healthy, but for just one, it becomes too expensive. Yeah, you're right. And then today, so just cooking for two becomes expensive. So we aired to pay a little bit more to get the individually packaged organic chicken, um, because it's 6 pieces of chicken. That'll do 3 meals for us.
And I think that's why we gained so much weight, because I like to have meat and 3. I can't do meat and 2. I want 3.
Yeah.
And we end up just splitting that when we used to split that with 4.
Well, and whatever you don't eat, somebody else eats it.
Yeah.
I don't know who. Dogs, maybe.
You'll never lose weight as long as, if I don't eat all my food, you always finish it. So I have to eat all my food to help you.
So this is going to sound bad, but we went to Mexican tonight. We love Mexican food, but you can actually find healthy meals at Mexican if you do right.
We didn't do terrible.
No, I mean I didn't eat the tortillas, and I had fajitas, steak fajitas. So just vegetables, steak, all good fats. I know that you're not supposed to eat a whole lot of red meat, but screw it, I'm eating red meat.
But it's better than romaine lettuce.
Yeah. But man, I put a hurting on them tortilla chips, buddy. I tore them up.
That's our issue with Mexican.
Yeah.
I tried. I was like, I'm not eating any. And I didn't until our food got there. And I was like, I'll try one.
I'll eat 2 or 3 baskets of tortilla chips, and then I'll take the tortilla chips and start scooping up the refried beans, and I'll scoop up the rice, and I just well, it's making me a little hungry.
It's when you no, you're not.
It.
No, you're not hungry. No, it's when the one time I asked for some extra sour cream, and they brought a bowl of sour cream, and he's getting scoops, a whole scoop of sour cream. That's 400 calories a bite.
That's good stuff right there. Yeah, I could sit down and eat sour cream like it's a it's a jar of yogurt.
I can too.
Let's see here. Yeah, it is. Fermented stuff's great. I love kimchi. I can put some kimchi away. Let's see. Meg says she has a cheeseburger problem. It's only a problem if you make it a problem. I mean, I don't have a problem with you eating cheeseburgers.
No.
I don't have a problem eating cheeseburgers either.
We still have never done the actual keto cheeseburger, where you see all these people getting it without the bun. We've never done that yet. I guess we're gonna have to.
Yeah, I mean, I know some folks who have, and it's not terrible.
No, I mean, you
especially
see it
if
all
it's
the
good
time.
meat.
You see it all the time.
I mean, I did it. So we met this guy on our last sailing, and he was a forensic pathologist, and he was talking about the carnivore diet, and he said that he had doubts about the carnivore diet being good for you because you're eating a bunch of meat and all this kind of stuff. And he actually started it and then monitored his own blood, and he was surprised by how much it changed. So during that cruise, because the one thing about MSC, if you want to eat keto, it's pretty easy to eat keto on MSC because they are very heavy on meats and very low on carbs. So I did when we went to the second time we went to the private island there at Ocean Cay. I ate a burger, just the patty. And,
oh yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah, I can do that. Cruise Vet, welcome in. Thank you for being here. He says, howdy, y'all. Howdy to you as well. Meg says, from someone in the food desk. You read that.
No.
I can't get it out. From someone in the food distribution industry, you'd be so surprised how many recalls actually happen before the product gets to consumers. Yeah, I'm sure. And, part of the problem that they mentioned in that documentary, it wasn't as much. There's going to be things that pass through. It's not like you have you have hourly workers who are trained to do a specific task, and sometimes they get apathetic, sometimes they're having a bad day, whatever. We've all done it, things pass through. But the fail safe is supposed to be the inspector at the end of the line. And one of the people said that they've seen those inspectors fall asleep on the job, and they've seen,
Or they just
so
run to the bathroom, let
yeah.
it go while they go to the bathroom, come back.
And you
Fine.
can't really say that's the fault of the vendor in that case, when the inspector's supposed to be the fail safe. Yo, 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 Eddie Lugo in the house. Can you really still say Brooklyn in the house, y'all? It's more like it's like Georgia in the house, right? Go Dogs, baby. Go
I
Dogs.
think Eddie Lugo's the only person that's ever said Brooklyn in the house, y'all.
So he's got a mixture there. So he's got Brooklyn. He says yo yo yo. So he's got the New York. He's got da. So that's New York. Then he has some German Haas, and then he says y'all. So he
Y'all.
switches over to Georgian.
Mm.
A little bit of everything.
So now,
He
well,
covered
he's
all
in
the.
Georgia now, so just
You're exactly right, Blaine. The best way is to grow your own, and some things are pretty easy to grow, from what I understand. I mean, we've always, or, well, not always, we've had gardens in the past, but a lot leafy greens are supposed to be pretty easy to garden and maintain. So like your celeries and your kales and all that kind of stuff.
we can't have a garden
So
here though.
why?
Because it's in the HOA, you can't have a garden.
You used to lie.
You can't have chickens, so I know you can't have a garden.
Oh my lord, which one of y'all just farted?
I think that's got to be girly.
Yeah, she's looking at me. Goodness gracious, that's gonna turn the walls green.
Mhm.
Ooh. Yeah, so I don't know, health wise or nutrition wise, it may not be great, but as far as it being clean, with and free of bacteria, it's supposed to be the best option. And that's really what poisoned was about. I thought it was actually going to be about like what's in your meat, and or what's in your foods that's making us sick, and it was actually something different. That's right, man. Meat and three. Meg says it's supposed to be meat and three. That's right. Or a meat and four. I mean, in some cases.
Yeah. And we tried, since with just two of us, like, let's just do meat and two. But like, no, we gotta have
Chastity
three.
has to have her taters, and she has to have her mac and cheese.
Yes.
And then nothing can be the same color. That bothers her too. She don't like things that are the same color on her plate.
No, you can't. So you have to have a green, like green beans or peas or something.
Look who it is. It's the big old Hunter Crow in the house. We love you too, buddy. Thank you for coming in. Blaine says meat and three with a roll and some cornbread with sweet tea and a piece of cake. Oh, you talking. Ain't you talking? Yep. I don't know what you're talking about, Eddie. Taco Tuesday, tomato. Oh. Oh, there you go. Scooping the refried beans with the chips. Yeah, baby. Especially when they put some good queso blanco on top of it. That's good stuff. Busby says y'all are talking about dieting, and I just cooked 3 scrambled eggs, 2 large sausage patties, and 2 pieces of toast for myself. So actually, and Kurt and Marsha can correct me, but I believe that would meet the keto mark, except for the 2 pieces of
Yeah,
toast.
the toast.
Yep. So you could actually go there, I believe, and be fine with keto. Yeah, that's crazy. We met so no shit. There I was sitting in the ice room on the MSC Meraviglia, and I met a forensic pathologist.
Yeah.
Things that you can only do while sailing. I mean, I'd probably never meet one in my life. There you go. Yeah, portion control. And we've actually got the little bento boxes and stuff, and tried to do portion stuff, and we've done good in the past. It's just been hard for us to stick to anything. You're going to enjoy it, Billy. You will. Some of the best pizza that I've had at sea. And one of the things that I loved. So they have this carving table, and on the carving table they always have these baked apples, and I would get the baked apples every morning, and a lot of times for lunch. they didn't really look great, but when you cut into them and eat them, they're so good. It's like honey and cinnamon that they put on them, and the baked tomatoes were really good too. Um,
Yeah.
I think that's the problem that most folks in the United States have with MSC is they're just not willing to try some of the stuff. If you try it, it's fantastic. The Indian foods that they had there were pretty good. Um, which reminds me, so it's one thing we forgot to talk about. We did hang out with Coach Cruz this weekend.
Oh yeah.
We met him down in downtown Norfolk, and we went to Grace O'Malley's for a little while, which was great. Brought them back there. But prior to that, we went and ate at Saffron down in Norfolk, and that was some of the best Indian food. And I was like, somebody had told me it's a good place to eat, and I wanted to make sure that I went somewhere that was good for her first time eating real Indian. And she had the butter chicken. What do you say?
It was really, really good.
Butter
It was good.
chicken, yeah, and we had some naan bread with some mint chutney.
Yeah, I
That
don't
was
really know what all
so.
was mixed up in that,
It
but
was so good, so good.
the it was good.
Yeah. Um. Let's see. There you go. I do have to have my potatoes, which is why I can't do keto. Yep, it's tough.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So raised beds. That's I've talked about raised beds and maybe even doing a small greenhouse. That way we could year round do vegetables. I just need to get off my butt and go do it. Eddie says that they did okay with the storms, and he says with all the pills he takes, it's hard for him to lose weight. Yep. Yeah. Again, there you go. I mean, you can't be too careful with stuff, and it's just crazy. But we're gonna start closing this thing out. So, couple of parting words here. Right now, Chastity and I are in the process of working on a Booze Cruise pub crawl T-shirt. We'll have that available. We don't. We're trying to make sure that we get the prices right and everything, and that they also can be ordered in time to have them for the booze cruise or have them in time for the booze cruise. But our preliminary designs we really like, but not ready to show anything just yet. And also, me and Mike, the naughty one, have started a podcast, and we are 2 episodes deep. If you have not went over there and followed us yet, please do so. We also have podcasts listed on the Moonlight Adventures channel. Um, so we have a YouTube podcast going as well. And also, if you haven't been able to watch yet, and if you would like to be a guest on the show, send us an email at moonlightadventures757@gmail. Let us know why you want to be on. Um, and we'll consider everyone that would like to be on the show. Um, we do have a lot of people right now lined up to come on. So, um, but we're now thinking that we probably should do this because we've had some good feedback on the first episode, and we expect to have good feedback on the second. To probably do it more than once a month. So the next one on the docket will be Coach Cruz. He's our next podcast. And then after Coach Cruz, we're going to have Mike Lovelace from Lovey's Fat Life. And then the next one, we may have something big for you guys. It'll be something big, but maybe the biggest. I'm excited. We'll see. We'll just say somebody special was listening to the podcast last night, and hopefully that'll come through. But we've got a number of unique individuals that we hope to have on the podcast, and it's going to be awesome. Last night, though, if you didn't see it, you hadn't checked it out yet, we had Dylan and Kaylee on, and so Dylan is apprehensive about cruising in general, and Kaylee is apprehensive about cruising with children, and we believe that we, you know, relieve them of some of their fears, and we're going to try to get them on a cruise with us at some point. So check that out. It was an interesting
They
conversation.
agreed.
Yeah,
Or
they agreed.
Dylan did. Kaylee
Yeah.
always has. but
Yeah,
Dylan,
yeah.
Dylan agreed.
Yeah, but I do think Kaylee had some concerns about traveling with Landon.
Yeah,
and,
because she
you
didn't
know,
know there was like the child
daycares.
care. So.
But hey, guys, we will. Our next Monday that we're going to be on is probably.
No.
Did you look?
We will be on next Monday.
Okay, next Monday we'll be here. We'll update you afterwards. And then that third week in August is when we will have the next peer-to-peer
Wait.
travel chats podcast.
How are you going to do that? You're going to be out of town.
Yeah, that's right. So I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Sometime in the month of August, the next peer-to-peer travel chats podcast will be out, but sooner rather than later. Just got to wait for Coach Cruz to get back from his sailing on the Magic. So I think he did a 7-day, so he should be back by the midweek Thursday or something like that. I think Friday. It's Friday.
Yeah.
He'll be
No,
back
he
for
left Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, go on over. We got a link here. Give us a good Moonlight Mafia raid for Amy at 10 o'clock. Go over there and support her. She's a great channel, great supporter. Thanks, everyone, for coming in here on our new night. We appreciate you guys. Bless up, bless out, push out the positive vibes everywhere, because you know what? We need more positivity in the world, and we believe the Moonlight Mafia can put that positivity out.
You should end on your video here.
Which one? Which one you guys want? Put a 1 in the chat if you want me busting my butt. Put a 2 in the chat if you want Tarzan. What do you want to take us out here, Mafia?
I know what everybody's going to say.
You know what everybody's going to say?
Yeah.
Booty, 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 booty. Okay, there it is. All right. So, all right. I'm going to pull us down. Thank you so much for coming in. Can't wait to see you again next Monday. We hope you have a great week. Moonlight Adventures, we are out.